I was lying in bed scrolling through my phone when it started ringing. I almost ignored it because it was 3:07 a.m. and nobody calls at that time unless it's bad news. But what made my stomach drop wasn't the time. It was the caller ID. My own number was calling me. My exact number. Same digits. Same contact name. For a second, I thought it was some kind of glitch or maybe a scammer spoofing my number. But something felt off. The screen didn't just show my number. It showed my contact picture too. The same photo I use. My heart started pounding as the phone kept vibrating in my hand. I should have let it ring. I know that now. But curiosity is a dangerous thing. So I answered it. I didn't say hello right away. I just listened. At first, there was silence. Then I heard breathing. Slow, uneven, like someone trying not to cry. My chest tightened because I recognized that breathing pattern. It was mine. I've had panic attacks before. I know what I sound like. Then the voice spoke. And I swear on everything, it was my voice. Not similar, not close. It was me. Same tone, same nervous swallow before speaking. And it said very clearly, "Don't go home tomorrow." I felt my throat go dry. "What?" I whispered, barely able to breathe. There was a slight crackle on the line, like bad reception, and then my voice, or whatever it was, repeated, "Do not go home tomorrow." The way it said it wasn't dramatic or angry. It sounded terrified, desperate, like I was begging myself. I sat up in bed, every light in my apartment suddenly feeling too dim. "Who is this?" I demanded, but my voice shook. On the other end, I heard a sharp inhale, and then something that made my blood run cold. It started sobbing. Not loudly, not fake. Real, broken sobbing. And through the tears, it whispered, "You didn't listen last time." My mind started racing. Last time? What did that mean? I hadn't changed my number. I hadn't signed up for anything weird. This had to be a prank. It had to be. I jumped out of bed and checked my call history. The incoming call was there. From my own number. I immediately tried calling it back from another app on my phone just to test it. But when I did, my screen froze for a split second. And then my phone started ringing again. Incoming call. From me. I stared at it, my reflection staring back in the black screen. And then the call answered itself. I didn't touch it. I didn't press anything. And on the other end, my voice whispered, "You're already too late." My entire body went numb. Too late for what? I shouted into the phone, but the line went dead. Just silence. I stood there in my dark bedroom, shaking, staring at my screen like it might start ringing again. For the rest of the night, I didn't sleep. I kept replaying the words in my head. Don't go home tomorrow. The problem was, I already was home. I lived alone. There was nowhere else to go. By morning, I convinced myself it was some elaborate scam or a stress-induced hallucination. I had work in the afternoon, so I showered, got dressed, and tried to act normal. But something felt off. Too quiet, too heavy. All day at work, I kept checking my phone. No missed calls, no strange notifications. By the time my shift ended, I almost felt stupid for being scared. I laughed it off in my head. You're fine, I told myself. But as I pulled into my driveway that evening, I felt that same tightness in my chest. My house looked normal. Porch light off, windows dark, nothing unusual. I sat in my car for a full minute before stepping out, and that's when my phone vibrated again. Incoming call from my number. This time I answered immediately. "What do you want?" I demanded. The voice on the other end wasn't crying anymore. It sounded exhausted, defeated. "I told you not to come back," it said quietly. My heart started slamming against my ribs. "I'm outside," I whispered, staring at my front door. There was a long pause. Then my voice replied, "No, you're inside." My blood turned ice cold. Slowly, I looked up at my living room window. The curtains were slightly parted, and inside, I saw movement. I dropped the phone. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely breathe. The porch light suddenly flicked on by itself, and standing behind the glass of my front door was me. Same clothes, same face, same terrified expression. It was holding a phone to its ear, my phone. The version of me inside the house looked directly at me and slowly shook its head like it was disappointed. Then it mouthed 3 words I'll never forget. "You didn't listen."